Hey guys, welcome to Beyond ARTV, Beyond the Reviews. Today I'm reviewing an album that you guys have been requesting literally for several years now. I'm not exaggerating that or stretching the truth at all. You guys have really wanted me to review this one, so I knew the time was finally here when I started playing this record like almost non-stop this week. By Relient K, 2004 release. Their most successful album to date, over 900,000 copies sold here in the US alone, and it follows two other successful albums, built up kind of the success and popularity, and then they really broke through to the mainstream here on Singles like Be My Escape and Who I Am, Hate Who I've Been really helped launch the band into alternative stardom, and they started gaining airplay on the radio and on stations like Fuse. That's what got me into the band. I first heard Who I Am, Hates Who I've Been on Fuse, saw the video for it, fell in love. This was around 2004, later in the year I believe, and it was one of the first records I ever owned. I completely fell in love with this record, start to finish. It is just perfection. There's not many things more that make me happier than listening to this record. It's got really everything. It's an emotional roller coaster. It's got slower paced sad songs, and then it's got the upbeat songs that really take these weird, awesome turns throughout the song. I love that they can shift gears in the middle of a song and start off with like an awesome guitar riff, break down into like a slower verse, awesome chorus, and then break down at the end of the song. That's seen on tracks like Be My Escape. Be My Escape is one of my favorite songs of all time, probably in the top 30, with as an album falling in the top 5 of my favorite albums of all time. I am going to make that video soon. You guys have been requesting it, my top albums of all time, so look for that in the coming future. Be My Escape, just nothing really makes me happier than hearing that opening guitar riff. It's just, as soon as I hear it, I'm like, yes, the song is playing. I'm so stoked every time I hear it because I just know the powerful lyrics, everything. It's just something that I relate to still to this day, and even back in the day when I was like 13, 12, 14, around that age range when I was first listening to it. It's something that's so relatable. Really, the majority of this record was just penned beautifully by Matt Thiessen. He's an excellent songwriter. Did you know that he was engaged to Katy Perry at one point? I had no idea until recently. That's absurd to me. He even wrote some songs for her. And he's also written for Owl City, so overall he's just an amazing lyricist, and that's really being showcased here on Now, they had been known for some of their silly songs and just kind of fast and quick songs in their past albums, but really that's done away with. Besides, the only thing worse than beating a dead horse is betting on one. That's a fun little track that they threw in there. It's very short, but it's awesome at the same time. The lyrics on songs like More Than Useless, The One I'm Waiting For, Be My Escape, Who I Am, Hate Who I've Been, and of course, Which to Bury, Us or the Hatchet. Just amazing, amazing lyrics on that one. One of my favorite lines on the entire album is found on that track. She'd rather hold a grudge than hold hands. I don't know why, but every time I hear that, I just kind of smirk, smile, laugh even sometimes. Just like I said, the whole emotional roller coaster thing, this album takes you all over the place. And Relient K are a faith-based band. They're Christian members. They're not, like they say, they're not labeled by the Christian genre. They don't fall necessarily under that genre. But this album mainly is Christian pop punk, and of course just straight up alternative and rock and roll. I love the fact that they write spiritual songs that are themed for helping them and those of the Christian faith like myself, and it can also be applied to really anyone. I don't think that there's a box here that most people will say, oh, I can't listen to Relient K because, I'm not a Christian, I don't believe in God. They're uplifting songs with positive messages, and I think that can really help anyone in a dark place. I know many of these songs have helped me. Life After Death and Taxes is another awesome track found on this record. It's really darker and mixes things up, and it's just kind of all over the place. It's even got some screamed vocals in there, and I thought that was just amazing that really mixed things up so much. Maintaining Consciousness and This Week the Trend are two tracks near the end of the album that I feel like kind of slip through people's hands sometimes. They won't think about those tracks, but those are definitely ones I recommend checking out. The opening of the album is just done perfectly though. The One I'm Waiting For, Be My Escape, Hive 75, that 3-punch combo right there just knocks it out of the ballpark. And then it even follows up with I So Hate Consequences. wow. All of those tracks are just wow. They have these breakdown parts that slow things down and then they build you up to these huge choruses, awesome guitar riffs and drumming. Some of my favorite work on the entire album, guitar-wise, is Be My Escape, and of course, the one I'm waiting for. I love the riffs on these tracks in particular. More Than Useless also has a really cool guitar riff, but overall, I love the vibe that just musically the entire album puts off. I So Hate Consequences has an amazing message to it. Lyrically, it's just helped me in some darker times once again and has helped me to try to be a better person, and I feel like a lot of these songs do. They're more inspirational to me. You know, some pop punk bands will just like constantly be down on life and everything, but I love the fact that Relient K and Matt Thiessen penning these songs can write from a dark place and talking about all the times he messes up, but about how it gets better and about how you can make things better. You don't just have to wallow in your sadness and self-pity. You can move on. You can be a better person, and I love the fact that Relient K believe in their fans like that. This album is an obvious 5 out of 5 from me. I never ever get tired of listening to this record. I really hope you will check it out if you've never listened to these guys before. I got the huge opportunity to see them live in 2010 and it was an amazing show. That's where I got this shirt. It was one of the best experiences of my life because Relient K are just a band that I really look up to. I know they've only got a few of their original members left, that being Matt Thiessen and Matt Hoops, but they've also got, you know, their bassist and a guitarist that have been with them since like 2005 or so. They recently lost their drummer Ethan Luck, which kind of sucks that he left the band. I'm sure there's a lot of pressure and things that we don't know about going on in the band, but their new single, Don't Blink, is amazing. If you want to check that out, I did a track review. It's on my channel. Please subscribe for more reviews. Leave suggestions for Throwback Thursdays. I can't promise that I will get to them, but I will definitely take them into consideration. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. You've been requesting it for a long time, so leave a comment and let me know what you thought about this album or just memories of the album, things that you think of when you listen to it. I know for me, just even seeing the album artwork with the flower or seeing a flower outside like a daffodil or something, it makes me think of that album cover, which makes me think of the album, just all the good memories that go along with it. So, one of my favorites of all time. I hope you guys enjoy it if you've never listened to it before. See you guys very soon. Check albumreviewtv.com for more.